Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
Well, everybody, happy almost 4th of July. Today's show is going to be about how to break the ties that bind you to the office. Everybody always talks to me about how they're going to take a vacation, and then they call me from whenever they're on a vacation. They text me from when they're on vacation. They email me from when they're on a vacation. And I got a secret for you. If you do it too much, you're not on vacation. So we're going to talk about all that. I'm going to give you my tips, and then we're going to wrap it up at the end of the show. I want to thank, of course, our sponsors, Warren Henry Automotive, our friends, Larry, Eric, the rest of the team at Warren Henry. They make me, my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian, all my friends, make us all look great in those Warren Henry cars. I'll be going up there probably this holiday just to go check it out, get some coffee, and have them check my car out while we're on vacation. And now to the show. This is now episode 775. We've been doing this for a long time. I want to thank our friends at Warren Henry. And today we're talking about how to break the ties that bind you to the office. Now, me, I'll admit it. I'm a workaholic. I just can't ever let go. But you've got to. I find myself sometimes on Sundays going, I just won't look at the phone. I can't look at the phone. I do it in the morning. I say, I'm not going to look at the phone. I'm not going to let it in my life, because the minute that I open up that window or door, it's like a hurricane. Whoosh. Hey, by the way, you like the effect of our new green screen? You can't see the edges anymore, can you? So I've decided that this is what you've got to do. You've got to make time for yourself, and you got to take it. You got to take that time, because nobody's going to give it to you. So, nobody gives you that vacation. You have to take it. And I made the mistake many, many times saying, I'll get it here. I'll get it there. I'll get it here. I'll get it there. You don't get it. Now, in the past, my regular rhythm for vacation would have been a little bit of something in early July for my wife's birthday, which is in the beginning of the summer. And then I would do something at the very end, right before Labor Day, when all the kids would go back to school and they'd be off the vacation path, and I get a little bit of more of an adult situation. But you've got to take it. You've got to get up and go. Nobody gives a vacation. They only take a vacation. Now, what do you do when you're on the vacation? How do you break all of that up? How do you stop thinking about everything? All I do is look at my phone all day long, reading the paper, reading the news. I got a secret for you. You got to fill that time. Now, there's lots of books written about wherever you're going on vacation. Either it's a tour book and it talks about the little ins and outs, or even better, do what I do. When I go to the Caribbean, I read James Michener's The Caribbean, and then I look all around for the different things that he mentioned. Going to Atlanta, it's better than the movie. Read A Man in Full. If you're going to Hawaii, Michener wrote a book about Hawaii. Maybe you want to go to someplace in Europe, find a murder mystery that's set in Europe. Maybe it's Murder on the Orient Express. So, there's all these different books that can they do more than just take you away. They take you to where you're going. And it gives you a kind of a feel for the ambiance of where you're at. I love that part. That's like such a great little trick that I've learned, taught myself. And here's the mistake that I've done. Oh, woo! I was getting ready to take my first vacation for 5 years. I don't listen to my own advice. I don't take a lot of vacations. I stay at home. I live in a fancy, beautiful place with my wife, and I use that as my vacation. I like to say I take a vacation for 2 hours every day. But when I was going to, quote unquote, leave on vacation, I took all my old reading, lots and lots of books. This is before you could do everything at home. I put it in a bag, waited out, put it outside the front door at the office, forgot something inside the office, left, the office, reached over across myself to pick up the bag. Boom, was in the hospital for a week. Wasn't a back pain problem. It was a lumbar. I don't know what it was called. A sacroiliac. I twisted my back. It threw out all these crazy symptoms. We're not doing a doctor show today. Suffice it to say that there I was. My birthday's on Christmas Eve. I was there from Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve. The doctor came across and said, "Oh, it's you." He goes, "I never come across the street." Came across the street for me. And I remember being on the surgical table on New Year's Eve, listening to them talking about where they were going to go. And I knew one thing for sure. I knew what my mom felt like when she gave birth to me on Christmas Eve. Everybody had plans, and you got to listen. So take it from me. Be out of town on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve if you can. 4th of July, don't like to travel on the 4th of July. My secret was to go away on the 6th of July when everybody came back. And remember, I like to go after Labor Day, not before Labor Day, so that I can be gone when everybody is back in school. So make a plan, have the plan, stick to the plan. Don't let anybody get you off the plan, and make sure that you stay flexible and cut yourself some slack if you don't relax right away. I know for me, it takes 5 or 6 days to relax. So I need like a 10 or 11 day vacation. Now, the people that I know that go on these like 3-week, 4-week, 5-week vacations, they usually say they went too long because they lose total track and connection with everything, and they can't get into it. So here we are. It's summertime. Maybe you just can't leave. This is what I do. Get a quick day at the beach. Get up at your usual time, and instead of going to that breakfast meeting, have the meeting with yourself and the sun. On the beach here in Miami, I would go to the South Beach, the little park right by the W Hotel. You park right there. When you're done, guess what? You could probably walk into the W Hotel and have yourself that fancy breakfast and then go home and guess right there, you had a half a day vacation. If you can't do that, another thing I do is I go to a different area, neighborhood for vacation. If I can't change what I'm going to have, I'll change the barista or the person that's bringing it to me. And all these different greasy spoon breakfast places that you go to, if it's Lester's up in Fort Lauderdale or Green Street down in Coconut Grove or Zach the Baker here in Wynwood, or another deli. I'm forgetting the other, Buena Vista Deli. There's all kinds of great places to go. And each place has its own personality, its own little food that you like, its own little nuance, its own little vibe. And so you get the vacation for just a few minutes. It's all really about a change of venue, a change of pace, a change of face, a change of feel. It's all just about a change. Now, remember, I'll be back in just a minute. The last word, tossing it here to Mr. Mendoza so he can do his thing. See you in a second. See, I know where that one came from, Mr. Mendoza. I could guess from all the landmarks, but I won't throw it out there. We'll just say it's somewhere in mid to North Miami Beach on the water. I got it. I knew where it was. All right. You know who else I know where it is? I know where Warren Henry is. Up at 151st and Biscayne, Land Rover, Range Rover, Infiniti, Jaguar, and now Lincoln. Up in Gainesville, Audi, down in the Keys, they've got everything. South Dade, their award-winning Land Rover, Range Rover store, and of course in West Broward, they've now got another Land Rover, Range Rover store. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all great stores, great people, great cars. They all come with the Warren Henry Advantage. That's a long list of benefits you get when you buy your car from Warren Henry. My favorite is always the fact that they'll give you the free loaner if you need the loaner. Key replacement. I actually saw an ad for somebody that's charging for the keys and how much those keys cost. They must cost so much that these guys make a living as the locksmith doing it. Warren Henry, part of it is you get the keys for free. So join me, my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry. Mr. Mendoza does all those photos of all the deals that I do. So let's come back for the last moment. Want to remind everybody that we've been talking about your vacation, and the person that taught me about taking a vacation and not being given a vacation is my mom. Hi, Mom. Props to you. My mom taught me that you've got to take a vacation. Nobody will give it to you. And the reality is that's been my experience over the period of my life. So please make sure you go out there, you take your vacation. You've got to give yourself a chance to refresh, rewind, and repost, as they would say in basketball. You've got to give yourself a fresh start. So remember to contact me, Jim Freed. I work with a whole bunch of families. I've got 3 different families I'm doing deals with right now. Can't talk about them until I close, maybe not even after that. But we are working on a bunch of construction loans, a bunch of mini perms, and of course, we're helping some people build their businesses. So reach out to me, call me. Whenever you call me, it's always all about you. And now it's time to wrap it up. I want to thank my sponsors, Warren Henry Automotive, the University of Florida Center for Real Estate Studies. I want to thank the University of Florida for sending me my intern, Noah. Noah rocks. The kids from UF are great. If you need to hire somebody and you want to hire them right out of college, check out UF. They've got the greatest people there. I love the kids that I get from UF. They're just amazing. Remember, we'll be on and dropping our show next Wednesday at noon. This week, I'm wishing everybody an early 4th of July. This is also 750 shows. So, wow, high five to me, pat on the back there, and high five to Mr. Mendoza. And remember, the person that wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse, especially for your vacation. Now go out there and make it happen. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America and my new green screen. Mr. Mendoza, the rest is yours.